for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
We
you want one
can't, we
quick
can't,
question?
we can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.
Yo, what's up, everybody? My name is Rashad Milligan. If you are new to the channel, this is the road to 5K subs. So you guys seen the title. Obviously, first things first, we have to say rest in peace to young Scooter. Crazy. Honestly, crazy. This time is like, it's very weird. These past few months, the start of 2025. I'm in a whole nother decade. But the first quarter of 2025 has been weird, and the end of 2024, it's just been weird these past 4 or 5 months. It kind of like it reminds me of like 2020 in a way, of like all the legends that folks were losing just back to back. And yeah, man, just kind of crazy. It's like almost like a 4-year cycle or something. But anyways, rest in peace to young Scooter, man. He meant so much to like just like my daily kind of routine in the early 2010s and things of that sort. Like with obviously Columbia was the first joint I heard from him, and then to come back with Julio. Julio was huge with us in the city and everything like that. And then Jug season, just the whole thing, bro. Like young Scooter is just like a legend in his own right. He had his own motion. I know a lot of people, they associate him with just Free Band and Future, everything like that. But like Scooter had his own like wave, bro. Like on East Side, like I don't know if you guys ever seen that Vice documentary of when they were in Atlanta and just going to different parts of Atlanta and documenting it. But like young Scooter's episode, it's literally just a whole neighborhood in the projects, a random neighborhood where they wearing like American flags on their heads or Mexican stuff, just all Mexican flags, everything, and call it like Mexico. It's like, why? And he's like, just cause. It's like Scooter just like kind of just like just had him do that and stuff like that. So it was just, I don't know. It was always something I thought was cool. Shout out to Trinidad James. The song Eastside, bro. It's got Gucci Mane on it. It's got Scooter on it, of course. It's got Gambino on it. Gambino closes it. I think Alley Boy might be on it. But yeah, it's like a lot of people from the East Side. It's like a one train for East Side Atlanta and stuff like that. Great song, and it's underrated. And I used to play it all the time because I love Gambino's verse on it. And it's just Gambino and Gucci Mane on the same song. I always thought was pretty cool and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's weird. It's weird, like, because originally the first way I even heard Columbia was on a mixtape of a compilation mixtape. And back then it was like live mixtapes and everything like that. That was just a culture back then. So like on live mixtapes, there was a mixtape with Gambino's face on it, bro. And he's looking up to, so I'm thinking it's a Gambino mixtape. But for those of y'all who don't know, Donald Glover is also like a DJ. He goes by the name of MC DJ. I think on this mixtape though, like Childish Gambino was already established. So like he hosted the mixtape as Childish Gambino. So he just talked on the mixtape. And like it like now in 2025, that sounds like it's made up, but I promise you it's real. And on the mixtape, a compilation mixtape of just random artists on it was Young Scooter in Columbia, bro. And I don't know if Gambino's talking on it on that version of it or whatever, but they released that song like 2-3 times because it just kept going up. And that's just how it was back in the day with the mixtapes. Like there was a DJ, there's an Atlanta DJ. I met him and stuff like that. And he's the one who broke Itching. You know what I'm saying? From Future. Hold on, let me see if I can find his name. And then Future, obviously, he kind of like re-released Itching and everything like that. And so DJ Infamous, shout out DJ Infamous. DJ Infamous released Itching on his joint. And then Future re-released it through his stuff. And that's just how hip hop worked back then. But yeah, like Childish Gambino, like he put me on with a lot of artists, but that was like one of the bigger kind of first early ones and stuff like that. And then so the Julio track with Future obviously was just a big deal in Atlanta because the Falcons were going up. They were really good at the time, and he shouts out Tony Gonzalez and the rest of the team and stuff like that. He shouts out Harry Douglas and stuff. And, it's just a nice track, Roddy Wright. He shouts out the whole team pretty much on that song. And those guys, they just make like it's a double-edged sword because like he really like made good music and just very clever similes to talk about selling drugs. And it's such a dark and like bad thing to sell drugs and to promote selling drugs and to dance about songs promoting talking about selling drugs at the same time. Like it was just like good though, bro. It was good. Like the songs were good, they were catchy, and the similes and the metaphors and the like the things to connecting of like just explaining how to sell drugs, but like putting it in code. I don't know. I always thought that's like you have to have some type of creativity there. It's a double-edged sword though, because it's like we're losing a lot of our legends and everything like that. And I'm saying like I'm from Atlanta, so like I don't know about y'all, but I'm from Atlanta, so it's like a lot of these people gone are from Atlanta in the past few months, and that's bad. But it's also just like I said it a few rappers ago. I'm like, it sounds dark, but what did we expect? Because it's like, okay, if we promote and talk about, bing, 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 unaliving, selling drugs, doing drugs, what comes with that? It only ends one or two ways. You're either gonna be behind them bars or you no longer gonna be here on this earth in the physical realm. And so it's still disappointing to see kind of like live out in real time and stuff like that. That's why D1 always says like we need to reset on the culture and what the culture means and this and that. We have to watch what we promote and everything like that because we have the power as a consumers to like give the power to the stuff. And he also said it's cognitive dissonance where we know it's wrong, but we still listening because we like the beat or we like the melody and we like the flow and everything like that. And it's up to us as the consumers to, I'm saying, the same way that we boycott, I'm saying, with our dollars for businesses and corporations. I know in Atlanta, in Stonecrest and New Birth, Lithonia, Jamal, Bryan and them, they're doing a 40-day Target fast. And it's kind of like a boycott against Target for 40 days, the entire way of Lent and things of that sort. And it's to send a message to Target about, them kind of backing up on their DEI promises and things of that sort. And the same way that people boycott and black out major corporations to make a statement, it's the same way that listeners kind of need to like boycott some types of music and things that promote certain lifestyles. And it's difficult when we've lived our entire lives and even before us, before we were born, if you're like a millennial like myself or Gen Z or something, like that music already existed. And even like if you're a baby boomer, like the music entertainment, secular entertainment has always been kind of wild, bro. It's always been kind of wild. Like you go back to the run around it, girl. Like you can find like messed up messages in those musics in that music too. It's not just rap. I feel like people point to rap because it's easy, because it's like a lot of like young black people, but it's all of like secular entertainment world and stuff like that. But like we just gotta fight back against a lot of that stuff and like, okay, we're gonna promote this, we're gonna make this cool, we're gonna make this cool, whatever. Regardless, Scooter's a legend, bro. And like I don't even see 2013, 2012, 2014. I don't see that era the same way without him, without guys like Rich Homie. And now that both of them are gone, it's like it's trash. Like Takeoff's gone too. Like that's trash to me. Like, bro, the Migos are over forever. Like it's permanent now. Like it's really trash. But yeah. So with that being said, I just want to say rest in peace, young Scooter, once again. the initial report or the initial rumors around the city of Atlanta. Oh yeah. I guess I'll talk about. Okay, now we're going to talk about what actually happened now. So it was his birthday, and he was at Sweet Food Lounge. Now, Sweet Food Lounge, for those of you who don't know, it's in the middle of Atlanta. Like it's in the middle of downtown Atlanta. It is like across the street from the aquarium, across the street from Centennial Park, down there, Centennial Olympic Park in downtown Atlanta. And it's a block, like they say, it's a block away from State Farm Arena and the Georgia World Congress Center, a block away from the College Football Hall of Fame, a block away from Mercedes-Benz Stadium where the Falcons and the Atlanta United play. So it's literally right there in the middle of the city. And I've gone there a few times for a few different events and stuff like that, covering, if you guys know, the Young Nudie video that I did of his album release party, and he gives me the drop. Yo, what's up, Rashad? That was at Sweet Food Lounge. And I used to live literally like down the street from there because I moved to the city for a year and stuff like that before I left Atlanta. And yeah. So that Sweet Food Lounge is just a very kind of domesticated, kind of like safe area. I would feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like nothing crazy. It's not the hood at all. Like it's the city where tourists are walking and stuff like that. So you wouldn't think anything crazy like that would happen there. It's right next to like Georgia Tech off-campus apartments and stuff like, so it's just, this whole thing is weird. So the initial story we hear is he had a, back and forth with the cops. Why is he having a back and forth with the cops outside of Sweet Food Lounge, like outside of a restaurant, outside of a lounge? Like that doesn't even make sense. So now, they still, the news and everybody still hasn't like said his name, like the local news, in terms of reporting what happened downtown in Atlanta and stuff like that. And it's news, regardless if he was Young Scooter or not, because in the same area, downtown Atlanta right now going on, is the South region of the NCAA men's basketball tournament. So it's like it's mad tourists and stuff like that in the building. It's a major event. And you just had this, fatal, incident, right down there. So it's like, it's embarrassing, bro. It's like, when you have folks in the building, when you have company, you want to make sure that folks is acting right, acting polite, has their manners and stuff like that. So when they do that, it's just crazy. So you definitely want to patch that up or report that. Anyways, I'm sorry, I'm kind of going on the tangent. I keep looking at the DDG stream, but yeah. So I'm already asking questions like, what? Like, this doesn't even make sense. This don't even line up. It was another time I was going to go to Sweet Food Lounge, by the way. I actually went up there and I didn't get in because I was like, I got a camera there. I was like, nah, we don't need no media. We got our own media team. And they do, because I know one of the guys that works there. He used to be at school at Clark Atlanta when I was at school at Georgia State. And we used to go to the AABJ meetings all the time and things of that sort. So salute to him. However, I haven't seen no one video on YouTube from that thing, but Cooking with Kaya was over there, and I was supposed to do like a thing with Cooking with Kaya, have it on channel and everything, produce event. So yeah, back to Sweet Food Lounge. So I'm confused why this even went down, like something fatal with the police and a guy and a rapper and stuff. So a couple hours after everybody say rest in peace, everything like that to Young Scooter, the thing that comes out is it's a press conference. APD holds a press conference, and I will pull up the full thing, but I know if I pull up the full thing from one of the outlets that were there, then they're gonna flag it, they're gonna copyright it, because that's what happened with the Young Thug situation. But these blogs that are reposting it and just kind of cropping things so they, I guess, don't get copyrighted, they posted like a 4-minute, 5-minute segment of it. So I guess I'll pull that up right now. Shout out to College Kid, longtime blog, internet staple community. So yeah, I'm about to pull it up. Let's go.
We're here to discuss two events this evening. The first being from the 200 block of William Nye Drive in Zone 3. Officers responded to a dispute with a weapon. It was advised in the call remarks that shots were fired and a female was dragged back into the location. Once officers arrived, they knocked on the door. A male opened the door and immediately shut the door on the officers. The officers then established a perimeter. During the process of establishing the perimeter, 2 males fled out of the rear of the house. 1 male returned back into the house. The other male jumped 2 fences as he was fleeing. When officers located him on the other side of the fence, he appeared to have suffered an injury to his leg. Officers rendered aid, and he was transported to Grady Hospital, where he was pronounced deceased. That male is going to be a 39-year-old male out of Atlanta. Just to be very clear, the injury that was sustained was not via the officers on scene. It was when the male was fleeing.
Can we confirm that it's a known rapper that goes by the name of Young Scooter, the 39-year-old male?
We cannot at this point. That's a function of the Fulton County Medical Examiner's Office once they notify the next of kin, so that we were premature on that.
Well, they already know. This don't even sound like what's like he said we're here for 2 incidents, right? And then he says a domestic thing. We set up a perimeter. 2 guys fled, and then like what? Huh? So I'm thinking this is a whole nother thing, and he about to get the Young Scooter. So I'm gonna just go back to the beginning and try to listen to what he says again.
We're here to discuss 2 events this evening. The first being from the 200 block of William Nye Drive in Zone 3. Officers responded to a dispute with a weapon. It was advised in the call remarks that shots were fired and a female was dragged back into the location. Once officers arrived, they knocked on the door. A male opened the door and immediately shut the door on the officers. The officers then established a perimeter. During the process of establishing the perimeter, 2 males fled.
Okay, so they said it was a domestic abuse, domestic call from a woman. They were arguing with the woman, and then they drug her back in the house, and then the police came. When the police came, 2 guys. Did I miss something? Did they say someone fired at the police, and then the police then established a perimeter, and then they ran out?
A male opened the door and immediately shut the door on the officers.
Oh, he just opened and shut the door.
The officers then established a perimeter. During the process of establishing the perimeter, 2 males fled out of the rear of the house. 1 male returned back into the house. The other male jumped 2 fences as he was fleeing. When officers located him on the other side of the fence, he appeared to have suffered an injury to his leg. Officers rendered aid, and he was transported to Grady Hospital, where he was pronounced deceased. That male is going to be a 39-year-old male out of Atlanta. Just to be very clear, the injury that was sustained was not via the officers on scene. It was when the male was fleeing.
Can we confirm that it's a known rapper that goes by the name of Young Scooter, the 39-year-old male?
We cannot at this point. That's a function of the Fulton County Medical Examiner's Office once they notify the next of kin, so that we were premature on that.
So what was the discussion? What led to the 39-year-old having to flee from police? Can you give us a little bit more detail? Because it just seems, what exactly led to him running away?
So again, there was a 911 call of dispute with shots fired and a female being dragged back into the residence. When officers arrived, a male initially opened the door, closed the door on the officer's face without communicating completely. That's when the officers established a perimeter and the 2 males fled. Why they fled, obviously, we can't speak for them. So it's still an active investigation.
Was the woman injured at all?
So we were not able to locate a female. We ended up with 2 males and the decedent.
Was the, and you said a dispute, started in a car, a moving car.
No, outside of the residence.
Outside of the residence, and then a woman was drugged back into the.
That's what was reported. We have not been able to substantiate any of that, which is also a part of our investigation.
And then when he jumped over the fence with one victim, what wound would, I guess, did he shoot himself?
No, there was no indication of anyone being shot. This appears that there was, when he fell, some type of fracture injuries to the leg, which caused the bleeding.
And to clarify, this wasn't any involvement with the Atlanta police as far as shooting.
Correct. There's no, in neither one of these cases were officers involved in shooting at all.
Will your agency be investigating everything internally, or do you guys?
So we do have, just because of the confusion, we have the GBI that's going to come out to the 39,
Okay, so
location.
GBI will come out and they'll independently look into what exactly.
Correct.
happened. Okay.
Yeah, just to confirm.
But that one started with a 911.
What are they talking about? Sweet Food Lounge. What is that? Is that something completely different? Like this is a whole. This sounds like they just went to somebody's house. That don't have nothing to do with no Sweet Food Lounge. I'm trying to. All right.
Of a dispute.
Correct.
That's why you guys got there, and then
Dispute,
dragging
shots
the-
fired, woman being drugged back into the residence.
Is there any statement you want to make too? I mean, obviously there's already multiple reports out there across social media, some news magazines saying, again, young scooter has been shot by Atlanta police. Just an opportunity because many people are taking this, they're watching this.
Right.
Is there anything you want to say? Because those reports are out there.
No, and this is why we're here doing this press conference to put out there that the Atlanta Police Department has not been involved in any shootings tonight. And the incident on William Nye, there was not a shooting at all. All right. All right. Thank you.
Huh? That just sound different than everything that. So everybody just telling the wrong story. We gotta. It's crazy. First of all, it's crazy. It's crazy that bruh's gone, right? It's crazy that bruh's gone, but it's probably even crazier that now this is like a mystery. Like, because, from injury to the leg after jumping fences after trying to run away from the police, Atlanta police are investigating a bizarre incident, bizarre to say the least, that left one man deceased after he ran away from the police and received a serious injury to his leg. Like my thing is like, you jump a fence, you hurt yourself when you fall, a fractured leg, and then you end up bleeding out. That don't even sound right. Who passed away from a fractured leg? I ain't never heard of nobody passing from. They say it happened along William Nye Drive. Let me see William Nye Drive first of all. William Nye Drive. William Nye Drive. Let me say to Sweet Food Lounge. Oh, William Nye Drive, Atlanta. To Sweet Food Lounge. Because Sweet Food Lounge is Lucky Street. So let me see if I could find William Nye Drive to Lucky Street. No, it's a Lucky Street, Atlanta. It's a 12-minute drive. It's a 12-minute drive, guys. That's nowhere near each other. William Nye Drive. I'm telling you, because I literally live down the street from the Lucky Street, everything like that. I was in Midtown. So like when he said William Nye Drive and I didn't know it off top, I'm like, okay, that's kind of fishy. Yeah. this, you know what I'm saying? This isn't lining up with the story that everybody else was telling. And if there was somebody out at the Sweet Food Lounge and there was a bunch of cops and stuff like that, and it was, I'm confused. I'm more confused. I don't know what's going on. Police said they originally called out to a house for reports. There were shots fired, and that a woman was being dragged into the home. When police arrived at the house, they knocked on the door, and a man answered and then shut the door in the officers' faces. Police then started setting up a perimeter around the house, but two men ran out the back door. One of them ended up hopping two fences and injuring himself. The other went back in the house. Police then found the man who hopped the fences. They rendered aid to the man, and he was rushed to Grady Hospital, but later passed away. Atlanta police wanted to emphasize the fact that there was at no point ever involved in the shooting. Reports have circulated on the internet that Atlanta rapper Young Scooter has passed away and that he was shot by the police. APD would not identify the man who died along the incident alongside William Nye Drive, but would only say the victim is a 39-year-old male from Atlanta. The age lines up with Young Scooter, but police said the identification of victims is left up to the medical examiner. Either way, they want to address the incidents because of the false information that is being circulated. The Atlanta Police Department has not been involved in any shootings tonight. And the incident on William Nye, there was not a shooting at all. Atlanta Police Homicide Commander Lieutenant Andrew Smith said the Georgia Bureau of Investigation has been called in to help with the death investigation. Police said they have not found any woman in the home. That I don't know, man. I think when it comes to stuff, bro, like obviously, you know what I'm saying, take everything with a grain of salt. Don't believe everything you see on the internet. But I think if multiple people are saying the same thing, that something happened, it's probably because it's right. And for APD to come out with a story that's completely different from what everybody else was saying what was going on, I just do not know about that, bro. I just don't know about this. It doesn't make sense. Like, you know, how are all the reports? They're at the Sweet Food Lounge. People reported there's a thing at the Sweet Food Lounge. Something went down, things of that sort. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me see if I could find it. Let me see if I can find this thing. Like this is one. Street work 85 now from Dre Hova. Like that was one. But I'm trying to find this thing, man. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm pulling it up right now. Here it is. Yeah. Like the lady from Fox 5 reported it. And it's right here, Sweet Food Lounge. One man and the shooting just blocks away from State Farm Arena where the NCAA tournament is being played. Now, yeah, this kind of looks like the area where Sweet Food Lounge is, bro. And they say shooting. Let me see if she's got anything else. Shout out to Denise Dillon. So she not have no follow-up. She just said what was going on, and then she went by her life. Oh no, bro. Excuse me. It's weird to me. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I know that's not necessarily my place. Sometimes you just need to like just say what the news is and kind of move on. But I don't know. I'm looking at this like I don't trust this at all. I'm not even gonna hold you. I do not trust this at all. Because these two stories are too far apart. Like if it was just one thing that was like the only thing that lines up, like they said, are the ages of the victim. He said it was a 39-year-old black man from Atlanta. Okay, that's, you know what I'm saying? That's, you feel me? A 39-year-old black man. It was Young Scooter's 39. That's the only thing that lines up right now. I just don't believe this. I'm saying all this to say I don't believe this. I don't believe the story they are trying to sell us. I don't know if they trying to cover themselves because if there was some type of police wrongdoing or something like that, or police uh and it happened to get somebody extremely famous in the city of Atlanta, that department's going down, bro. That department's going down, bro. You just like you had to remember, like in the city 2020, I was just talking about Rayshard Brooks, thinking about Rayshard Brooks, bro. And Rayshard Brooks situation happened at the Wendy's or whatever down the street, and about a one or two exits down the road from downtown Atlanta and stuff like that. One exit from the Georgia State Stadium, formerly known as Turner Field, Center Park Stadium, things of that sort, right? Right down there was the Wendy's Rayshard Brooks. What they did, them folks marched, protested on the highway, blocked the traffic, then went down to the Wendy's and burnt the Wendy's down, bro. Burnt the Wendy's down. So this is the same city, Atlanta. Like this is city like where we were marching. We were marching in Centennial Park, and we marched from Georgia State to Centennial Park, and the whole downtown Atlanta really shut it down 2016, everything like that. And of course they did it again 2020 and stuff, but 2016 when I was over there, in 2020 I was living in Mississippi. But yeah, man, it's just crazy, real crazy. This is not the city for this. As you guys know, it's not the city for this. It's too many folks that they'll ride for Scooter. You know what I'm saying? Like Rollo said, stop calling me, please. He was like, they done got my mans, and it's nobody to even spin on. Like that's the craziest part. It's nobody I can even like get at or anything like that, because it was like the initial reports and rumors was just like it was the police. And now the police saying we ain't had nothing to do with it. We just pulled up on bruh. He ran away from us, and he from a leg, and like, bro, what? And to say we're gonna have more cops come in and investigate it, like these are the things, bro, that I be talking about, man. Like, or these are the things that people look at when they like, I don't trust the cops, I don't trust the establishments and everything like that. Like, how you gonna do a whole investigation from people like on your team slick? You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, I recognize that the GBI and Atlanta Police Department are two different agencies, right? But at the same time, they both like government agencies. You know what I'm saying? They're both funded by the people, by taxes, taxpayers, and stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. My conspiracy hat is really on with this, because the initial reports coming out versus this thing that they were reporting are two completely different things. Not even close. Usually with things, they have some type of something that was close, and one or two details might be different. And those one or two details change this whole thing. This ain't even close to what people are saying. And it's not even just what people are saying. Denise Dillon was out there. Like, she was out there, and she said, I don't know why she turned off her comments. Probably didn't want to deal with that tonight. But she said one man in a blink blink right here, blocks down from this looks like the area. This looks like the area downtown. Because right up here, this should be maybe Marietta. Hold on. Let me check. I'm gonna open up the image in another tab. All right. I'm thinking this should be Marietta. I think. If not, then it's like a block behind. But let me see. Ivan Allen. Yeah, that's Ivan Allen, it looks like. Yeah, that's Ivan Allen. Yeah, that's probably same area. Same area. I'm not tweaking. Yeah. Ivan Allen is going down this way, because I think you go Ivan Allen to get on the freeway. Like, it's like Marietta, then go down to Ivan Allen. You get Ivan Allen and go on the freeway. Am I tweaking? Hold on. Let me look up. See if I can look up Sweet Lounge like in the. Google Maps. Where's Sweet Food Lounge at, man? Sweet Food Lounge in Atlanta. All right. Yeah, this lines up. Sweet Food Lounge, Ivan Allen Jr. Boulevard. We go here. Where is this? Ivan Allen Jr. Boulevard. So it's like they're trying to gaslight us. I don't know, bro. The proof is in the pudding right here. People aren't crazy. The stories that people were telling on the blogs and stuff like that. See, I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. The words that I trust the most are the words that the people are saying, because the people usually have the truth before, you know what I'm saying, whatever the official stuff comes out. Because people be tampering with stuff like, wouldn't you think if the police, a famous rapper in the city, especially a city like Atlanta, could you imagine what would, man, they would tear the city down, but I'm telling you right now, they tear the city down. Them folks knew that. APD knew that. So they went out right away with this press conference the night of, even before they could even confirm the man's name in the press conference, bro, and said, this is what happened, actually happened. They covering their behinds. They got to be, bro. They have to be covering their behinds. I'm not even lying to you, bro. They have to be covering their behinds. So yeah, that's something to watch for. I don't know how this is going to play out, but I know if I'm not believing it, and I got some people that I know as well that aren't believing it, I don't know how this is going to play out, but I'm assuming Scooter's got some, like, if Scooter don't have people that love him, he definitely got some fans that love him that's going to go out and enough to do the work or whatever to make sure that this isn't in vain. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
That steps for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
We can't ask Rashad a question.
Hey, Rashad.